pep rally update. I've had so many people asking me what in the world I'm talking about. And honestly, if you'd have told me 6 months ago I'd be spending this much time learning about PEPs and telehealth, I would have told you that you're probably crazy. Not because I wasn't interested, but because I didn't understand how these PEPs could go along with my natural wellness journey. Most of you know I've been talking about healthy aging, hormones, sleep, recovery, longevity for a long time. But what I've learned is that some of these PEPs can work together with my natural foundation to optimize my health and my lifestyle. But there's something else about this whole situation that has surprised me. One time, this seemed like a conversation that was happening mostly with celebrities, beauty influencers, fitness enthusiasts, and the gym bros, right? But not anymore. I'm seeing it all across healthcare. I mean, researchers, cardiologists, functional medicine practitioners, chiropractors. It's going to med spa owners, beauty salon owners, and entrepreneurs, everyday entrepreneurs. Everybody's paying attention. And apparently, even the 80-year-old woman is stopping people after church asking about PEPs, and as she's paying attention too. And that's when I realized that the conversation had officially moved from the gym bros to the church ladies. And that really got my attention because these groups don't normally talk about the same thing at the same time. And honestly, all of this really does matter to me personally. I want to be around for a really long time, but I only really want to be around a long time if I can still do all the things that I love. And maybe you feel the same way too. I want to be independent. I want my freedom. I want to be able to travel and play with my grandkids and get out on the lake and just live my life fully, do the things I want to do. But I want to do it with a clear mind. My cognitive health is very important to me. I saw my dad suffer from serious cognitive decline his last few years. And I don't want that for myself, and I especially don't want it for my children. I have a daughter who's a nurse, and sometimes she'll share little stories about patients that are my age, and then she'll catch herself and say, wow, you all just aren't the same kind of people. You look at things differently, and that's exactly the point. I'm interested in anything that might help me stay active and capable and independent and just fully engaged in life for as long as possible, because I've had too many people that I love to have terrible health issues and really suffer in their final days. So I started asking some questions. And honestly, one thing that caught my attention about this platform is that I don't have to spend weeks trying to figure everything out by myself. A few months ago, when I was dealing with some serious chest pain issues, I spent a lot of time researching, asking questions, and trying to understand what was going on after all my testing came back normal. And so it's reminded me how frustrating it can be to sort through all that information out there. And believe me, there's a ton of it, and try to figure out what applies to me, what doesn't, what's going to be good for me, and what's not. And so what I like about this is I don't have to become the expert, and neither do you. I can have a conversation, and you can have a conversation with someone whose job it is to help determine what options may or may not make sense for you or for me. And honestly, I think a lot of people are looking for that right now. They're looking for that specialized help. And what I've learned is that consumers are really driving this. People are looking for ways to stay active longer. They want to recover better. They want to maintain muscle. We want to support our healthy aging. Everybody wants to have more energy and feel stronger. And maybe most importantly, people are no longer willing to accept the feeling that every year feeling worse is just part of getting older and aging. And I think that's a real power shift. When consumers start changing the behavior, the industries start to follow. And that's one reason that telehealth is expanding, and that's one reason these are becoming so popular. That's why major healthcare companies are investing. That's why Wall Street analysts are investing. Economists are looking at this. Trend watchers are looking at this. But the customer came first and everybody else is following. There's a demand. And now here's the part that also surprised me. You don't have to be an expert in any of this, and neither do I. And I'm actually very relieved about that. And that's exactly why I'm so excited about what we're launching on July the 1st. Instead of trying to figure all this out on your own, you'll be connected to a licensed clinician who you'll have a conversation with about your goals, your health history, what's going on with you personally, what you want to achieve. And then with their help, you'll determine what options are available and what might be appropriate or not appropriate for you. And that's another part that I like. You're not left trying to figure it all out on your own. You'll be educated on the options that are available, how they're used, and what to expect. You're going to be educated on all of it, very simply though. You'll receive the supplies, the educational support, and everything you'll need, and you'll be able to have access to the platform and the clinician at any time if you have questions that come up along the way. And just as important to me, I know where the products are coming from. I know they're being produced and dispensed through properly regulated channels with quality and safety standards in place. And that matters. I trust the company that's providing this service and products. Because if I'm going to put something in my body, I want confidence in both the process and the product. And the great thing is you can do all of this from home or from wherever. It's really simple. And honestly, I think that's one of the reasons this conversation is growing so fast. Not because people suddenly become scientists, but because the access is getting easier. And when the access gets easier, more people start paying attention and feeling like they can participate too. And so that's why the pep rally keeps getting louder. We launched BellMD on July the 1st. If you haven't messaged me, please feel free to contact me. I'd love to have the conversation about the platform and our natural products with you. That's the great thing about all of this, because all of these things work together. Because remember, you need a good foundation so that the PEPs can do the job that they were meant to do. So, till next time, friends, stay healthy and hopeful. Take care.